It's my understanding, limited as it may be, that from roughly about 67 to 89, what they want to call indigo babies and souls were being born. The indigo children were those that had been killed, maimed, horribly slaughtered in wars. They were anxious to come back and get it on to do something about it. They came back to fight or flight. Flight meant they would take somebody else out with them or they're going to fight. They came back to get it on. What did they do? The draconic souls who operate on a higher frequency in the main, the fourth dimension, knew this was going to happen. So they set traps for those souls. And when they came in and they knew they were here to fight them, they made them think they're supposed to fight an enemy over in Vietnam, an enemy over in Korea, an enemy in the Persian Gulf. Give them false analogies as to reasons for that to happen. And then they went off and they did what they wanted to fight. But they did not fight their enemy. They fight somebody that their enemy told them to go fight. Never realizing the mistake they'd made. And then, and I know people, a lot of the hip-hop guys are going to get pissed at this, I'm sorry, they even fought the air. You're talking about, sure, when you have venom and unqualified channel energy release, you do it that way. But what are you doing? You're fighting the spirits of the air around you, the sylphs. You're fighting your own inner consciousness. You're fighting your own animal instinct and the animal brain that they put these on these bodies. What are you fighting? Why are you so angry? Directed anger can be much better used than through physical uses of it. That's what you call focused thought, whether it be for good or bad, it still works. But that way, they then put them in uniforms, told them they were all one, go fight a common enemy. The enemy was unseen, but they gave you a mortal enemy to fight. Now, that's past now. Because you see, you had those from those other empires being born into different bodies, and they had told the same thing. So then they had you fighting each other like children under reptilian control, and that's what we were. Now, you're having crystals being born. Whole different ball game now. The planet is going to higher frequency. So now these crystals can come in. They weren't fixing to come back in then because they're advanced souls. Now with these crystals, they're born with eyes wide open, with spines erect. They're born with knowledge and understanding and wisdom. They can work with animals and insects. They can work with vibrations of the air. They can work with fire, water, all the elements. And they can even work with the mothers while in the womb and the fathers out of the womb. They are the very advanced type of people. They're not here with hate. They're here to understand what makes for hate and how to change it to love. These are the children that now will be given the energies and powers that we say we want but don't qualify for by our very actions. What are they doing to them? Trying to give them 7 shots at birth, including hepatitis C, trying to give them booster shots, give them all the pharmaceutical, PHARM, okay? 7,000 pharmaceutical things in Merck's Index, United States Defense Oil, pharmaceutical medicine. Give them all these drugs to lower their vibration, and even still give them half a chance. Their metabolism is such they will still try to get rid of those drugs. And what it's doing is slowing down the inevitable. The planet is going upward. These souls that are coming in are already in higher vibration. They will either help, or when they come together and really hinder, you haven't seen death and destruction yet. Not that they're killers, but they will bring forth through them the consciousness of higher authority, which will not set. You can't live 1 minute when this planet is going to the 5th dimension and you hold an evil thought. You automatically killed yourself or allow that to come in at will. So it's a change now in matter, in time, and in space. It's a change in consciousness, a change in subconsciousness, and a change in ultra consciousness. It means that now these souls, and through us, and through them, if we will listen to them, we can begin to do, while even in the flesh, higher things, not making the mistake of slipping backwards, because the child shall lead them, as it is many of our mothers and fathers now.
No, this one's good.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. So, I want you to resist.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have you resist. Okay. So this isn't what I normally do with regards to muscle testing because it's not about me versus him, but I just want to show you the impact of the chemicals that we utilize. Okay. What happens when we use the chemicals? Okay. All right. Good. All right, very good. So here, I'm going to try and push. Okay, so his arm, I can't push it past this point. Okay, so remember I said that everything is energy. Remember I said how your thoughts affect your body, how sugar affects your body. So we're going to cover up the name of his product. Okay, now, here. Okay, here. So this is an artificial sweetener. Okay, and I'm going to put it right here on his body.
That's crazy.
Remember how I said deplete your life force? Okay, let's do that again. And I really want you to resist. Don't be nice, I'm
I
nice.
know my ego is at stake.
Okay, let's do it again. Okay, good, right there. Good. Yeah, sure. Oh, you want me to test you? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay.
I can't even look at you right now.
We won't post that video. That's embarrassing. Okay, good. All right,
It's actually live,
so
right
good,
here.
right there. Okay, good. So that's where your arm is locked, right? You see how it stops right there? Okay, good. Right there, good. Okay. And then you over there, yeah. And she's trying. Yeah. Fine, for a second. Because it has, it's depleting your life force. Through the paper. No, it's energy. Yeah, the whole thing, just the whole concept of it. It's chemicals, absolutely.
You can do that with anything.
What do you mean?
Instead of using that, you could use something else.
Yeah, yeah, let me have somebody give me your phone.
Electronics, yeah.
Yeah. Any problem? Remember I was telling you don't keep it? Okay. So here. And okay, good. Okay, so just keep it there. Yes. She has no strength after it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow. She didn't do it even really, right?
Yeah. No, I get it. Anything else? People, yeah. I'm serious. Relationships, definitely. All of it.
In a hypothetical situation where somebody that thinks the Earth is a ball sues somebody that thinks the Earth is a level topographical plane in court, don't you think if we were actually on a ball that spins, is on a tilt, orbits the sun, and chases the sun through space, don't you think it would be pretty easy to win that court case? Well, guess what? I tricked you. It wasn't a hypothetical situation. This actually happened in a Georgia court. Zen Garcia, a Christian flat earther, not only won once, but twice in court with a glober that was trying to prove that the Earth has curvature or that it spins over 50 miles an hour. Here are some of the details of the court case. Thompson countersued Garcia for $15,000 and not lost once but twice again. Reason the judgment was not ruled in Thompson's favor is because he tried to prove the Earth's curvature by using a computer software that he designed, and Garcia rejected it because the contest agreement stated that he wanted a real-world experiment. You actually look into the court case, you'll read here, the contest. This is Garcia. I decided to hold a $5,000 contest to challenge to anybody that could confirm in two scientific, repeatable, and verifiable experiments the supposed curvature of the Earth in the rate and manner cited by the accepted formula for determining such declination. We're down here. William Thompson applied to the contest but was never able to produce not even one real-world verifiable scientific experiment which could or would confirm the rate of curvature as decided upon the mathematicians and scientists themselves should the Earth be 24,901 miles in spherical circumference. We don't want your pretty little drawings. We don't want your silly math equations. We don't want your CGI or your computer programs. We want real-world, terrestrial, observable, demonstrable, repeatable experiments to prove the curvature of the Earth, but no one's ever going to give us that. Garcia went hard in this court case. He even brought some straight-up facts that the Earth is a level plane. The canal is 100 miles long without any locks, so the water within is an uninterrupted continuation of the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. When it was constructed, guess what? The Earth's curvature was not taken into account. He also cited the longest bridge built in China, built over 4 years by 10,000 workers at the cost of $8.5 billion, a startling 164,800 meters in length, like the canals and railroads mentioned above, did not take into account the rate of curvature as cited by Robotham in the formula cited above. And they'll say that 8 inches per mile squared isn't a good way to measure the curvature of the Earth. It's off by a couple hundred feet compared to all of the other ones, up to 1,000 miles. We're only talking about 100 miles or so here, guys. But if that's not enough to convince you, I'd recommend you go to my bio, click the YouTube button on my profile, as well as go to my link tree and check out my podcast. There's plenty more info there.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but I actually work in a cloud factory.
We create clouds and make rain for the city of Chicago. The government doesn't want you to know this. We control the...
See, I said this before and people were saying I'm crazy. Simply because I pay attention to what the government want us to know. They do this through television programming, by TV shows. And sometimes they'll publicly come out about it and let you know. Just like that gentleman who just came out and told you that they fabricate the weather. It's a cloud making machine.
Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And as it turns out, the cleanest.
Look at those clouds.
Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you. It's raining. That's unbelievable.
Look at that.
NASA's playing God.
And then at the end of the video, he says NASA's playing God. And they tell you this.
I can't tell people the weather is controlled by Gerald from accounting.
Let's run that back if you didn't hear it.
Can't tell people the weather is controlled by Gerald from accounting.
We live in a dumb earth where some of your weather is fabricated. Now, since we are in these pivotal times, these pivotal moments, the time of change, now Mother Earth is coming back alive. Remember, Mother Earth was in cryostasis. She was asleep. But now through the love of the universe, through the love of the sun, the light of the sun, she's waking up. Her heartbeat is coming back. So all these weather anomalies are naturally occurring. But prior to that, the weather was being manipulated and created by NASA. See, we need the sun. We are children of the sun. Clouds are unnatural. Imagine Superman living in Earth, which we are the representation of Superman. I've said this before, Superman is supposed to be melanated. Imagine Superman living in Earth where there's always clouds. How is he always going to have his powers with him to go save humanity if there's always clouds in the atmosphere? That's not the way it works. That's not the way it should be. So once again, your weather is being manipulated. But now Earth is alive. And now she's taking care of the parasites and the viruses that are on the planet. All I can say is, let's get it. It's about to get more intense. Let's get it.
This very day in 1830, Congress passed the Indian Removal Act, which began the fourth.
Go back, watch the whole video. Sister sitting, spitting facts. This is my third time trying to do this because they keep removing my sound when I go back to watch the actual video back. They didn't remove my motherfucking sound. Let me try this again, okay? Sister's talking about the Trail of Tears, right? My thing is the Trail of Tears was the physical act of removing the natives from their land. But there was also a paper trail for this, right? They couldn't just physically do it because now everything is law-based, which is some bullshit. Let me show you what they did, though. Okay, so you can screenshot that. Let me move out the way. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. So this says, this is... I'm going to put the title up top so you can figure out where to search this, okay, on the Congress website, congressional website. Okay, but this says the Virginia Vital Statistics Bureau classed all non-reservation Indians as Negro, and it failed to see any exception should be made. Okay, that's it right there. You wondering where Negro came from? There it goes right there. There was no fucking Negroes living here in ancient times in fucking America. Okay, there were no fucking African Americans living here in ancient times in America. But guess what? Your brown copper colored ass was definitely here, and they can tell you that for a fact because they have all your fucking artifacts, they have all your languages, they have all your written histories, they have all that shit locked away in the fucking Smithsonian. If you think I'm bullshitting, try me. Okay, but listen what I'm telling you. We have to wake the fuck up. We need to start claiming our shit back, and the only way we're gonna do that is to figure out who the fuck they reclassified and why. There were over 500 tribes in the United States when these motherfuckers got here. Over 500. Trust me when I tell you, they did not kill off those thousands of people. You are all prisoners of fucking war. You are being held in a society where they are using your civil liberties against you. Trust me when I tell you, it's time for us to wake the fuck up. And with the crash of this dollar, now's the best time to do it. We got to start claiming what's ours. We got to come in and take what the fuck we deserve. And to everybody on here calling us black people that are just trying to reclaim who we are, all sorts of names, y'all can go to the Frank stand and choke. Why? Because there are over 500 tribes. So the 5 to 12 whitewashed motherfucking tribes that y'all recognize, there's more outside and y'all about to see us. That's why y'all going through it right now, quiet as kept. Because what did God say? God said, whoever shits on my children, I'ma shit on you. Loosely translated.
Okay guys, I know it's been a while, but life has been lifing, but I'm back with another one. So I know I had posted a while back about this map here. That is called the Great Awakening map. So basically what that map is about all the conspiracies known to man that has ever been talked about compiled into one map. So basically this map is basically like a map or a navigational chart to escape the matrix and return to source right here. And if you look closely, some of the stuff that's listed on this map has happened already. And when I talk about leaving the matrix, I'm talking about ascension potentially, or shifting about this world. We're gonna, shift into a 5D ascension. And look, it's actually on the map right here. So let's get into it. Okay, so the topic that I want to get into that's on this map is the Great Solar Flash. That's supposedly started in 2019 and it's going to go through 2023 and 2024, and that is actually happening right now. And that's the reason why they've been blocking out the sun a lot. Every time you look up, you see this cloud blocking out the sun, or this cloud blocking the sunrise. So basically the sun is supposed to give us life. The sun in these solar flares is supposed to be activating our DNA, so we can potentially ascend into our higher self, or transition into our higher self and higher dimension. Now, if you've been following the news or just looking at the news in general, either it be from Google or CNN or NASA website, if you read up on stuff, there's been a lot of solar flare events, and these three in the background, you can pause it, zoom in, and look at the dates. It's been happening, people. Everybody needs to wake up. Oh yeah, and let's talk about this event. A colossal 74,500 mile high solar tornado swirls on the sun's surface. It's captured by NASA. Oh yeah, and let's talk about this event right here. A piece of the sun breaks off. What? I don't even know if that even correlates to the topic of the flares. I just have to throw that in because what the hell? So yeah, that's why they've been blocking out the sun a lot lately. They don't want us to activate our DNA. They don't want us to, ascend into our higher self. They want to keep us stuck here in the matrix and stuck here on this slave planet in this 3D realm. If you really do your research, the sun actually gives us life. It gives us energy. So, there's a lot of people that have been catching 2 suns or 3 suns in the sky. And I'm not sure if you've, been to my page, and I had posted something about how they was blocking out the real sun. They was commenting the real sun with a fake sun. So, and if you really notice, a lot of us are vitamin D deficiency. You don't find that suspicious? Well, I do. Alright, so this next video that I'm about to post is from a TikToker who supposedly captured a solar flare on camera. Now, I'm not sure if it was a lens flare or the effect of the camera, but you take a look and you decide for yourself. And I'm going to tag her in the comments below. So yeah, go take a look into this map. You can find this map on Google. Just Google the Great Awakening map and it will come up. And when you do look into it, you'll find every conspiracy known to man on this map. I'll do more parts because there's so much to cover on this map. But part 3 coming soon.
Could blocking out the sun actually help reduce the temperature down here on Earth? Let me show you what I mean. For instance, you could have material pumped into our stratosphere. That material could reflect the sun's rays or solar energy all the way back to the sun, meaning that really down here are kept cooler.
Bill Gates thinks of himself as God, in control of the solar system. And that's why Bill Gates is now backing something called sun-dimming technology that would reflect sunlight out of the Earth's atmosphere, causing global cooling. But that doesn't stop Harvard University. Its scientists are testing that technology by spewing calcium carbonate dust into the atmosphere.
The White House announced it was funding a 5-year research plan with about something called geoengineering. They want to do is basically block out the sun by spraying aerosols into the stratosphere to reflect sunlight.
The leaders of men conceived of their most desperate strategy yet, a final solution. The destruction of the sky.
Hotel Bravo, this is Papa 1. Operation Dark Storm initiated.
Thus would man try to cut the machines off from the sun, their main energy source. May there be mercy on man and machine for their sins.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.